Right, so thank you guys very much for coming to watch this video. My name is Josh Bardsley and you are watching the Entrepreneur Vlog. So this video is going to be basically about LinkedIn. Now we've had a lot of people talking to us about LinkedIn because obviously I'm the MD of Avalanche Enterprise. We work heavily on LinkedIn. We're actually the UK's preferred marketing partner for the UK's best mid-sized franchise in LinkedIn, and we've generated hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds from LinkedIn, and I want to share that with you. Again, we've had a lot of people talking to us about this and asking us to do this video. So I'm going to share with you a bit about today about how we use LinkedIn and how you can use LinkedIn to develop business opportunities for you. Not sales, but business opportunities for you. So first of all, LinkedIn's a networking tool, not a prospecting tool. That's a really, really important thing for you to learn. So understanding that what networking is and what prospecting is, these two are very, very different, and LinkedIn is on the networking side, not the prospecting side. So prospecting would be something such as telemarketing, where you'd be given a database of 1,000 people. You'd then work your way down that database, calling them, cold calling them, talking to them, writing off those who rejected you, and eventually whittling that down to a very small number of leads. So, for example, out of 1,000 calls, you may get 50 leads. So those 950 people that rejected you are now burned. They are now no longer prospectable. That would be against data protection. And if they asked you to take you off their database, you would have to do that legally. And you just don't want to become a nuisance, so you wouldn't ring them again. Okay, so that's a prospecting tool. You burn leads. You burn 950 to make 50. Great, fantastic, good job. LinkedIn and networking on the other side of it is something where out of those 1,000 people, you may only get 50 opportunities to have a conversation with them, but you have not burnt the other 950. So you're still very much in the opportunity to talk to them in the future. And that's and your job then with those 950 people is to consistently touch them with guerrilla marketing, trigger marketing tactics such as blogging, touching, liking, sharing, commenting, things like that, to keep in the forefront of their mind so that when they are ready to talk to you, or when you provide them with the right opportunity to talk to you, they take it. They are not burned. So the idea, that's the first really, really key point here, is that you want to use LinkedIn and social media in a way that does not burn leads, but understandably networks with them and talks to them and generates business opportunities. I could just literally stop there. That is the biggest piece of advice I would ever give you for LinkedIn. But I'll show you a bit more about how we work. So the first step for us is to understand how to actually create conversations. So the more people you talk to within your target market, the more successful you're going to be. That is, again, another key line for you. The more people that you talk to within your target market, the more successful you're going to be. Really, really important. And that's what basically the whole conversation aspect of our campaign is built on. So what we will do is, first of all, we'll understand a bit more about our client's profile. For example, here, one of our clients, Ellis, has kindly given us his permission to use his profile in this video. First of all, we'll obviously make sure that his profile is key. It's got enough experience on there. It's got enough detail on there. It's got enough endorsements, testimonials, things like that. Really, really important. But then the first step proactively is to start building his network. And LinkedIn's got a very, very good advanced search tool, and we'll use the advanced search tool to get into his target market, start adding his target market to his network. So, for example, Ellis's target market is managing directors and SMEs in a certain geographical place. I won't go into this exactly, but I'll show you what we need to do. So we would put managing director in here. Ellis is also on a premium account, so we are allowed to use company size. So, for example, his company size is around $1 million plus turnover. So we would usually guess that £1 million, you've got probably 10 staff. If not, you're a bit bigger than £1 million turnover, but his minimum is $1 million. So we'll usually click on that section, to that section, to that section. And these are the people that Ellis wants to be in conversation with. Okay, we'll do that. Use second connections here, which is mutual connections, and maybe put in some location. And we can actually go right down to the postcode down here. We're obviously not in the United States, but that's what we can do. We can also do what they're interested in, what industries they're in over here, things like that. And we will basically create a tool here so that when we actually click search, we know that pretty much everyone that comes up is within our target market. We can very quickly run through the list and start adding people to our network. Now, we are not adding them to sell to them. We are adding them to build a relationship with them. That's a very, very key point here, because LinkedIn doesn't like you just adding people to sell. It always says, do you know this person? We don't know them necessarily, but we have mutual friends with them, and we don't want to sell them. We want to build a relationship with them. That's part of our moralistic view of adding people on LinkedIn, and something that you guys need to have as well. So when you're adding people, you want to be adding them in a way that talks to them and network with them, not just to spam them, because that's gonna really, really affect LinkedIn and take the benefit away from LinkedIn for you guys in the future if that happens. And some people will say it's already moving down that path, but hopefully hopefully we can get this, and hopefully I'll impact some of you guys to really focus on LinkedIn as a networking tool. So once we've developed the network using and added people, people will start to come back to us. People start to accept our connections. Now, with Ellis at the moment, depending on how many connections you've got, I think Ellis has got around, let's have a look. He's got 2,351. So depending on how many followers you've got, and depending on how good your profile is, you will get a certain percentage of people that you connect to coming back to you saying, yeah, happy to connect. They'll come back as connection accepted here. So they'll say you've got 3 new connections, or you have people viewed your profile, things like that. 6 new connections there, you can see. So with Ellis's, it's around 55 to 60% of people actually come back to us and say, yeah, let's have a conversation. That's fantastic. And we will then do something called a permission message. So we'll ask the permission to have a conversation. Wow, sounds weird, doesn't it? Because most people wouldn't do that. Most people would say, buy my shit, or something like that, wouldn't they? Sorry if that scared you. This mic is very sensitive, but it was very, very important for me to say. Don't say buy my shit, because they're going to fob you off, which in English terms means they're going to say go away and they're going to burn them. We want to go at them in a very, very nurturing way and ask their permission basically to have a conversation. The idea from LinkedIn is not to walk away with sales. The idea is to walk away with opportunities to converse with your target market. Bringing that back to the more people in your target market that you speak to, the more successful your business is going to be. Fact. Pause for a fact. Okay? Great. Really, really key. Okay? When you're messaging people, when you're talking to people, you need to talk to them in a way that's nurturing. We use permission. We say, with your permission, I'd like to have a conversation with you about how we could work together, something like that. That's obviously going to differ for your industry because you're going to be talking to different people, but it's really, really important. Also, you don't just have to talk to prospects. I know that a lot of you will just have one target market in mind, but you don't just have to talk to them. You can also talk to something called a partner, something called a strategic alliance. Not to be condescending, but we have a lot of clients that don't understand what they need to talk to, and obviously I don't want to be condescending to you guys, but it's really, really key that you understand this. You have a million. There's a ton of people out there that have the same target markets as you that you should be conversing with, because one, they could potentially be a client because they could potentially be within your target market, but two, they have a big client base of your target market that you could potentially tap into if you build a strong enough relationship, and that's something called a strategic partnership or a host beneficiary, depending on how you set up the relationship, and I'll put the 2 definitions of those in the description. Also, the other aspect of it is obviously media. So you should be always thinking about how you look to people, PR connections. I've had people on multiple radio stations. We've done video shoots, we've done magazines, we've done banks, we've done so much stuff with through just having a conversation with someone that wants to affect our target market as well as we do. So we can link up with them, do some value with them to our target market, and go at them with two swords instead of one. Super, super effective, and you can use the LinkedIn's advanced search tools to search for that too. So, for example, Ellis's target market. Please work. Ellis's target partnership people would be, again, managing directors, B2B businesses, people that have similar target markets to him. And we can, again, use LinkedIn search tools to work, usually probably through industries here, because obviously people in arts and crafts might not be the right industry, or people in apparel and fashion might not be the right industry, but moving down here, someone in banking, someone in business supplies, someone in capital markets, or someone in commercial real estate, they are going to have the similar target markets. Commuter network security, they're going to have very similar target markets to us, and if we can build a relationship with them, then that's fantastic. So again, we won't just add prospects, we'll add strategic partnership people, and we'll add media as well. So that's really, really key. So once you've had a conversation with them, once we've sent them the initial message asking to have a conversation, a lot of them will not reply to you. And I don't take that to heart. It's just because they get a lot of messages probably, or they think you're trying to sell to them. Our job is to basically narrow down that and work to them in a way that over time doesn't make us look like we're trying to sell to them. We will do a follow-up message probably 3 or 4 days after we've done our initial message, just saying, did you manage to read my previous message? Make it personal to their account, and make it personal to what they do, because we're not really trying to sell to them. We're just trying to have a conversation with them, and where that conversation will lead to, who knows? Maybe it'll lead to a sale, which is great. Again, by doing this, we've generated well over £300,000 of the business for clients in the last year or two, and it works. It really, really works. So again, the more people in your target market that you speak to, the more successful you're going to be. So that section is basically on the conversation aspect of it. It's really simple. Expand your network, think about prospects, your strategic partnerships, and your media. talk to them in a way that does not burn the leads, it nurtures them, and follow up again in a way that personalizes everything. And then if they don't reply to you still, they're not burnt. They can go back into the pipeline and be touched by what we call trigger marketing. So trigger marketing is understanding what makes your prospect click, what makes your prospect pull their trigger of sale. And we want to be basically in the forefront of their mind so that when they do come to want to purchase what we're trying to sell, we are at the front of the gun. We are down the barrel of the gun, so to speak. And LinkedIn actually offers us a number of ways. It's very, very easy to do such marketing. First of all, 12 ways to keep in touch. So working our way through these, we can get in touch with people, we can message people, we can see what people are up to, what people are celebrating, things like that. Not really that personal in touch, but again, a good way to just be there. It's getting worse because people are actually just doing it, sending all these, like this message is crap. You want to make it a little bit more personal to that, obviously. I don't know how many of those we see every single day, and it just gets deleted. Nice thought, but be a bit more personal, people. But the best part of LinkedIn is its wall. So unlike Facebook, it's a little less. It's a lot more pushy. On Facebook, it's quite still very personal. It's not really anything about it. You see a lot of motivational stuff on here, but our job is to sift through that and actually find the stuff where people are actually talking about what they're doing, and just comment on it or talk to them or just say well done or congratulate them or get involved in a conversation, like something, share something, and just be there. Don't do it in a salesy way. Do it in a way that just gives them what they want. Your job is to give them what they want, not what you want to do. When you're posting and you're commenting, don't talk about you. Talk about them. Talk about what they want to actually read. Really, really important. And you can do that by just literally scrolling down here. You can do this a lot and just talk to people, get involved. The other aspect of it is making use of LinkedIn's promotional tools here. Publishing tools. So LinkedIn's got a very nice little blogging platform, and we will use this basically very, consistently, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, depending on what client we're working with, and do something called a content curation, which is using a professional article, so someone that's paid a large amount of money to do, using what they do because they're professional and they're very, very good at it, and then doing something called a curation. So adding our comments, adding our opinion, adding 3 or 4 paragraphs that are just snappy, and give our clients what they want. We want to do stuff that our clients actually want to read, whereas we will never ever post about what we're trying to sell. So we'll always be posting about what our clients want to read instead of what we want to post. So for example, I said Ellis's client base are SMEs. This is 9 things managers do that make good employees quit. That's a pretty relevant article to an SME. I know that we have some of our staff, it's the turnover. We don't have that higher turnover staff, but it happens, and you don't want it to happen because it sets you back. So the idea is that you want to make sure that your employees don't quit, and this article hit it right at the heart and get that done for you. And we don't want to, that's a very, very good article, and it's been written by a professional, so why should we rewrite it? All we want to do is write a quick, snappy thing about our opinion and get into our clients' heads. And this has been liked by 70 people. 6 people commented on it. We can get into conversation with 6 people down here, and it's been shared by 9. So very, very successful article there for our client here. And do this very often. The success of your LinkedIn campaign, people, is not going to come from just doing a strategy. It's going to come from something called consistency. You can do this stuff once a month and it will do nothing for your business, or it'll do very little for your business. But if you can do this consistently every single day, and you consistently build your network and get your compound effect moving, the more people in your network, the more people are going to see your trigger stuff, the more people that are going to get involved, the more lively you're going to look in your marketplace, the more successful you're going to be. Our longest clients now are absolutely killing it because they've been doing it for so long. We've been consistently on it every single day, and they've been doing it for so long that it's just easy. It's like taking candy from a baby now. We can generate 20, 30, 40 relationship building opportunities for them a month, and now they're getting so good at expanding on those relationships that they're making a hell of a lot of money from it. We're very moral here. We want to understand. We want to push to you that it's all about relationships and all about networking and all about having conversations with people, bringing it back to that point where the more people in your target market you speak to, the more successful you're going to be. And if you feel that you can't do this consistently, you can't get on this every single day, now please come and talk to us. This is not a sales pitch to you, but I will put our inquiries at avalanche-enterprise.com in the description for you. Just get in touch. We can help you. We can help you with consistency, and we'll be on it every single day. If not, and you just want to get in touch and ask us some more questions, please leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, like this video, or just send us an email, ping us an email and say, look, can you help me with this? And we'll happily to get in touch with you. We'll happily talk to you. Again, this is all about help, right? It's all about networking. We want to talk to you too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Although it's been I've spoken very, very fast, and I've touched on quite a lot, and you might be a bit confused, please rewatch it, or leave your questions, and I'll happily do certain videos on certain aspects. So again, thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like this video, please comment, please subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.